Hi everyone, welcome to my next video. I've just been sort of out and about exploring my own property, and I just found the most wonderful place to sit, leaning against this tree by my stream. And I hope you can hear it. It's so relaxing, and I think Sheppy just jumped in. And that's the ocean behind me. This is such a cool place. I think I'll come here a lot in the summer because it's very shady and it's very comfortable. Now, I'm still new at this YouTube channel, and I just hope I can do this for many more years to come because I love sharing my true stories and my thoughts and my experiences and all the things I've learned. And I don't even know what I'll be talking about in the future, but I always have what I hope are interesting topics to all of you. And I read through all of your comments, and I would like to respond to another one. I'm not going to say which one it was, but it was something to the effect of, and it had to do with the estranged parent video, or one of them anyway. And it was another, critical, something to the effect of, why don't I work on myself? And that's fine. I don't have a problem with that comment at all. I don't take it personally. I'm not affected by it, and it certainly does not hurt my feelings. But what it does is it gives me more information about the world today. And what I mean is that I don't think I've ever experienced such a cold, critical world as it's turning into now. Because when I was a kid, I was a young hippie, and all we did was sing about love and happiness and put flowers in our hair. And sure, we had problems going on in the world. We had the Vietnam War, we had all of that. But we were always on a search for peace. And we were always, no matter what, trying to get along and trying to just love each other. And I don't know what happened to that. And so being an estranged parent, each one of us has our own different stories, our own different children, our own different backgrounds as parents. And that comment made me realize how quickly people are, excuse me, to judge and to criticize and to make disparaging remarks. Now, I'm very well used to that because that's how my mother was. And maybe that's why I understand where it's coming from. Because those disparaging comments are coming from a person who is projecting their own onto me. But here's the reason why I'm creating this video. I am well past my scenario with my daughter. I do not ever expect a reconciliation because I don't ever want to go back to those abusive possibilities of her finding fault with me, criticizing me, putting me down, ignoring me, belittling me, and making me feel invisible. And since I've encountered that same behavior with other people, I firmly believe that's a behavior that is instilled in people for life. They don't change. And of course, it's very possible that she might, but I'm not going to expect it, hope for it, or plan my life around it. So what I'm trying to get at is being an estranged parent can be painful enough without someone else throwing more salt into the wound, so to speak. And there are many of you right now going through it who are feeling the pain that I once did, that I had to get past, that I had to decide that was that, enough was enough, and it was time for me. And that's Sheppy running around chasing squirrels, making all that noise. And it wasn't until I finally decided that was that, and it is what it is, and I'm going to enjoy my life now at my age of, I was 65 back then, that I finally broke free from that, that despair and that anguish, to just let it go and let her go. And whatever she needs to work out, she needs to work out. It's beyond me. Now, to tell me I need to work on myself, that's an interesting thing to say. Because anybody who's read my book knows what I've been through and knows what I've learned. And I honestly don't want to work on myself anymore. I'm not a work in progress. I'm a work after progress. And I am who I am. I'm happy with it. Yes, I'll make mistakes. Yes, I'll apologize. Yes, I'll find fault with myself. But I'm not working on anything anymore. I'm enjoying life. And what I'm wanting to do is address all of you estranged parents, men and women. I understand not only the anguish from being ignored and completely cut off by our adult children without any explanation, without any conversation, without anything. That's bad enough. But what's even worse is for other people to come along and tell us we deserve it. Not even understanding that maybe we don't. Maybe we do, maybe we don't, but it's not up to them. And my entire point with making that first video about being an estranged parent is that all I ever wanted was a conversation with my daughter. All I ever wanted was her to tell me, honey, what's bothering you? Tell me. Just yell at me, scream at me, write me a letter, write me an email, leave me a phone message, but tell me something. And I never got it. And the more I asked, the more I was ignored. And when you ignore someone, you make them feel invisible, which is what she intended to do, and make me feel completely unworthy of her time. And that to me is inexcusable. And so for all of you who have either gone through or are going through that right now, I so get it. And I hope you find yourself at the point where I was one day a few years ago when I said, that's it. I'm not going to feel like I'm suffering anymore. I'm going to take my life back. And I'm going to enjoy my life. And I'm going to get up every morning and do something good for myself and find the happiness in the world. And I'm going to celebrate still being here. And I used to see, little children in the supermarket, and it would kind of hit my heart a little bit because it would bring back memories of when I had my daughter in her stroller, and when I brought her to daycare, and when I'd give her a bath, when I took care of her when she had chicken pox, all of those things. And I thought, geez, I hope those parents don't end up feeling like me. Who knows? They're full of hope like I was. But the truth of the matter is, we don't know. We bring our children into this world, but they don't belong to us. They're their own people. But again, we certainly don't deserve the treatment that some of us have received. So going back to that comment, if it's you who wrote it and you're watching this, please know that you didn't hurt my feelings. But what you did was you showed me how little awareness you have about other people's feelings and what you potentially are doing to other people who are still in pain. And why is this world so darn cold? Why are people so darn judgmental? And is it because people feel better putting other people down? Does it make them feel more powerful, better off? Does it make them feel better about their own problems? Because I can assure you, you're not running away from your own problems, and you're sure as heck not making mine worse, because I can handle mine, and I have. So, to all of you estranged parents out there, I understand the double whammy of not only dealing with our estrangement from the children that have just completely obliterated us from existence, but from the other folks out there who make us feel ashamed. Now, I'll tell you one thing that was really hurtful to me, and that is probably very typical of abusive people. Because what abusive people do is they create their following, and they create people to make them believe that they're the victim. And I believe that's the case with my daughter. And I believe that's why I was ignored by all her friends at her wedding, why I was ignored by all her friends at the reception, and that was why I was ignored at the bridal shower, and why I was ignored at the baby shower. And every time I tried to start a conversation, they kind of gave each other that sideways glance, like, oh, let's get out of here, you know, she's trying to talk to us. And not one of them would ever talk to me. And it was just such an icy cold feeling. And the only reason I stayed to all of those situations was for my daughter. And actually, one of those times, I had a serious problem with my back. And I had told my daughter about my back pain. And what she said was, well, you better snap out of it because you have to walk down the aisle in my wedding. Not a care in the world about, was I going to get better? How long was I in pain? Did I need help to go to the doctor? Oh no, none of that. And I was in pain when I walked down the aisle, but I did it for my daughter. And no, I'm not a victim. I'm a very brave and strong lady. And I am trying to impart that strength to anyone else out there who is trying to stay afloat among all this hate. And I don't know what's going on with the world, but I gotta tell you, it was a whole lot better when I was young. And it makes me feel my age now because I don't like what's going on with the world turning so hateful and so cold. And is it becoming the new normal? Has the internet encouraged all this judgment and hatred and I don't know, obsession with self rather than having empathy and compassion? And if that's the case, this world is becoming a very scary place. So if anyone wants me to talk more about being an estranged parent and how I got over it, because I did, and even if my daughter was to call or reach out, I'd really have to think about it if I wanted to connect back with her. And I would wonder what the motivation was. Because honestly, is it because of an inheritance that she's waiting for? I seriously wonder about that. Is she wondering if she can gain a hold of my my financial situation? Because honestly, and as sad as this sounds, she would. So maybe I need to protect myself for that. And I'm sure it happens to very many elderly parents who their kids suddenly show up. Oh, I've missed you. Yeah, right. I don't think so. So this is really sad, but it's the sad truth. And so for any of you who would like to tell me I need to work on myself, ask me what I need to work on, and I will tell you what I have. Because I would love to tell you. And I would love to explain all the things that I have succeeded in accomplishing. And so if you're curious, leave me another comment and I'll talk about it. And for all of you who are estranged parents, I so get it. And yes, there are very nasty parents out there. We are not all perfect and wonderful. I had 2 of them. I know what it's like. And I've been on both sides, so I get it. So I hope this makes sense. I hope you enjoy my stream. It's an absolutely stunning day. Sheppy so loves it out here. He comes out at night and he just sits out by the cabin and he looks out towards the woods. And I know he's trying to be a brave soul and guard us. And he probably would if some stranger came by. In fact, I know he would. I know he would take care of me. And maybe one day I'll get myself another dog too. But in any event, I fully support anyone being subjected to any kind of abuse. And I will be more than happy to offer any thoughts of how you can help yourself and move past it. I'm not a therapist, I'm not a mental health professional, but I have a degree in surviving abuse. And maybe I should make myself one and hang it on the wall. So thanks so much, everyone. I so appreciate all of you, and take care.